rename fractions and mixed numbers. We have learned all the easy stuff with fractions at this point, and now we are going to up our game. And we start off with the fun lesson of fractions. The boys and girls seem to like this skill. Let's have a look. A mixed number is a number that has a whole number and a fraction together. So we would read this as 1 3/5. This one would be 3 2/3, and this last one is 2 7/8. They are all mixed numbers. We want to change these into fractions, and what's going to happen is we're going to turn them into what is known as an improper fraction. Improper fractions are fractions whose numerator is greater than the denominator. Now, there's many ways of doing this, but I show the boys and girls the easy way. And the easy way is remembering you take the denominator, 5 in this case, you multiply it by the whole number, 5 times 1 is 5, and then you add the numerator. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. That generates your numerator. The denominator is the denominator that was in the mixed number. So 1 3/5 is the same thing as 8/5. Okay? And really the reason why that works is 1 whole would be the same thing as 5/5. So 5/5 plus the 3/5 is 8/5. This is just a quicker way of getting there. So if we follow that procedure with the second one, 3 2/3, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. There's the numerator. The denominator is the denominator from the mixed number, which is 3. So 3 2/3 is equal to 11/3. And finally, 2 7/10, we're going to convert. We do 10 times 2, which is 20. 20 plus 7 is 27. That is our numerator over the denominator of 10. The reason we want to be able to do this will come up in another lesson where we're going to need to regroup when we subtract mixed numbers. So this is a skill we want to be able to do. Change a mixed number into an improper fraction. But what if we had an improper fraction? Sometimes when we do our subtraction, we're going to end up with an improper fraction, and we want to convert it back to a mixed number. Remember, an improper fraction is when the numerator is larger than the denominator. 11/4, 13/10, 57/11. So the way to convert an improper fraction back to a mixed number is to do a division problem. Boys and girls can, off to the side, create a division house. The numerator becomes the dividend. The denominator becomes the divisor. And this is just a division problem they should be able to solve. How many 4s are in 8? That would be 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3 is less than 4. There's nothing left to bring down. So we started off by calling this remainder 3. Now we're going to put the remainder as our numerator, and the divisor will be our denominator. So 11/4 is the same thing as 2 3/4. The more that we do of these, the better the boys and girls will become at being able to do these in their head. They'll be able to say 11 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8, so 3 more will get us to 11. What about 13/10? The same thing. 13 divided by 10. How many 10s are in 13? That would be 1. 1 times 10 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. 3 is less than 10. So 3 will be our numerator. 10 will be our denominator. So 13 tenths is the same thing as 1 and 3 tenths. And lastly, 57 elevenths. Let's see if we could try this one in our head. 11 times 5 is 55. And how many more do we need to get to 57? That would be 2. And then our denominator will be 11. Let's see if that works. Using our skill of going from a mixed number to an improper fraction, 11 times 5 is 55, plus 2 is 57. So this would be 57 elevenths. That's a way we can check ourselves. This is how we rename fractions and mix numbers.